Welcome to the NLL's March to May as the Philadelphia Wings welcome in the Las Vegas Desert Dogs in a huge game for Las Vegas, trying to climb the standings. But for the loyal, loud, and proud here in Philadelphia, it's one last chance to cheer on the Wings here at Xfinity Mobile Arena as this season begins to wind down to a close here, of course, in the month of April. You take a look at the standings and why this is such a big game for Las Vegas. 7-8 on the season. Ottawa and Halifax have both lost this weekend, so a win for Las Vegas puts them that much closer to their first NLL playoff berth. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Xfinity Mobile Arena for National Lacrosse League action alongside former Wings captain Scott Gabrielson. I'm Brian Smith, and it's a bit of a sad day here in Philly as the Philadelphia Wings, announced recently by Comcast Spectacor, they're going to discontinue ownership of the franchise. And what that means for the long term, we're really not sure yet, but we're going to use today to thank you, the fans, for your support over the last several seasons and to celebrate the history of this franchise.
Absolutely. It's very likely the last game the Philadelphia Wings will ever play in this arena, but it's the thank you to the fans. You cannot take away the memories that have been established here. 6 world championships by the Philadelphia Wings. I had the pleasure of playing on 5 of those championship teams. I want to thank the Wings for everything that they've done, these loud and proud fans, probably over 10,000 fans here today. So it's going to be a great game. And again, this 2025 season didn't go as planned. This is not a season they'd like to remember. However, they've got great young talent on this Philadelphia Wings franchise built for the future.
For Las Vegas, it's a former Wing that is leading the charge here as they try to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, it's Mitch Jones. He's back. You see his stats. He leads the team in all scoring categories. We talk about young guys. Dalton Young's one of the young guys, the youngster. He's going to get it done with Brendan O'Neill. Great future. Looking forward for what's next with Philadelphia. But sit back and enjoy a great game here. It could be the final game in Philadelphia.
Isaiah Davis Allen has been here from the very beginning, and he is downstairs with our Mary McGinnis.
Final home game here in front of these fans, and you have a chance to play spoiler. How will you take those 2 factors and continue to put your strong play?
All I got to say is that I'm pumped to be in Philly. It's like my second home, so it's time to battle here.
You're an original Wing. I imagine you're playing with a lot of emotions today. What are those emotions, and how will you use them today?
So to me, Philly, just like I said, is a second home, and this is a big family. So pretty much, we're just playing for the city.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Happy to welcome IDA into the broadcast. We're not sure we've ever talked to him before, Scott, because he's always just been one of those guys that has been quietly doing his job.
Yeah, but he's played in his 100th game a few games ago. One of the quiet leaders, but a guy that does his job. Says that he's playing for the fans. That's what tonight is going to be, a final home game for the season and what could be the final game for the Philadelphia Wings at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Saw the face-off numbers there a moment ago. It'll be Tyrell Hamer-Jackson going up against Bo Columbus tonight, and Bo Columbus has done a pretty admirable job here in his first year doing face-offs. The Desert Dogs controlled that first one off a violation, though, and here is Isaiah Davis Allen up the floor as the Wings have their first possession of the evening. Dalton Young on the near side. He'll hit it up top and get the pass back. They'll work it back around behind the net. Here is Sam LeClaire coming up the near side. LeClaire dishes it off. Now a nice behind the back pass, was just out of the reach of its intended target, Brendan O'Neill, and it comes in on our starting goaltender tonight, who is Alex Bouquet, the de facto backup. Both these guys have played some pretty significant numbers this year, but Bouquet has been the backup more often than not. He gets the start here today.
Yeah, and for the Philadelphia Wings, it's Nick Demude between the pipes. He's had a great season so far. He's saving over 80%. Has a nice save right there and a bounce pass.
And that's a good heads-up play by the former Wing Mitch Jones, who picked that off, but then another defensive play at the other end by Philadelphia, snuffing that out, and the Wings will bring it up.
Some different approaches here with both teams. Las Vegas is more of a veteran team, where Philadelphia is in rebuilding mode. We talked a little bit about it in the open. You got a lot of young players on this offense. Dalton Young, Lucas Nielsen, 18 with the ball right there, has been great so far this season on a trade. And there's Sam LeClaire delivering the first goal for the Philadelphia Wings.
LeClaire pulling the trigger out of nowhere there, caught everybody by surprise, including Alex Bouquet. And he puts that home to make it a 1-0 game.
Great shot by Sam LeClaire, his 11th goal on the season. You see that? He's played in 14 games, missed a game due to injury, but let's see how it gets set up. Just kind of takes the shot off on the run, screened by the defender, just picks that corner. Great goal by Sam LeClaire.
And for head coach Ian Rubel, another guy who's been here from the beginning, this is his second season as the head coach, and certainly happy to have an early advantage.
Really telling the guys in the locker room, play for themselves, play for the future, right? Let's get a last wing in Philadelphia. Go out hanging your head high.
Second face-off of the evening, controlled by the Las Vegas Desert Dogs, and Mitch Jones now with a shuffle step here on the near side. Jones, the third leading scorer in Wings history, back here for the first time since departing this past offseason. We got a penalty coming up here against Philadelphia in front of the net. That was away from the ball, a skosh, and it's an illegal cross check here that's going to put Las Vegas on the power play for the first time tonight.
Looks like it's going to be Dylan Hutchinson going to the box. The Wings are going to be without the services of assistant captain Alex Pace, which is a big loss for Philadelphia. He unfortunately had food poisoning and is out for today's game. He's the leading loose ball man for the Wings with over 119 loose balls. So we'll see who can fill in for him on Philadelphia's defense.
You see the special teams numbers there as Las Vegas's power play has been pretty effective this year. The Wings penalty kill started really strong this year. It's fallen off a little bit from about the middle of the season on, but again, some decent numbers here, middle of the pack as we approach the end of the year. Here is Dalton Young skipping it across in front. He was looking for a teammate going to the net, missed him, and here comes Vegas up the floor the other way.
Very dangerous power play for Las Vegas, led by the head coach Sean Williams behind the bench. See him in his 4th season as coach and general manager. Huge game for Las Vegas today. A win could put them into the playoffs. With the losses of Halifax and Ottawa last night, the Desert Dogs could make that 8th position for the playoffs.
Jonathan Donville gets it out to Chris Cloutier up high. Cloutier over the top, blocked off the stick. Second effort, stopped by Damoud, and the Wings pick it up and bring it up the floor. And you can already hear, Scott, it's a little louder than normal in here tonight. The Wings expecting over 10,000 here for the final game this evening. As you see here, these two teams have met only 5 times previous. The Wings won the first 4 before that Las Vegas took the first victory of the series earlier this year. We've got a whistle and a penalty.
Nick Damuth showing his tenure, playing in his 100th game. Delay of game.
It's illegal substitution here on Las Vegas, as there was a whole bunch of players really kind of flying around there on that last transition. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 situation here for 29 seconds, and then the Wings will get their first power play of the evening. Pass out in front for Eric Fennell. He's taken to the turf as it's knocked away. And coming up the floor, here come the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Long pass ahead to Donville, comes back. Here's a big shot, whistled wide of the net. That was off the stick of Brandon Goodwin. And now here is Cloutier on the right side. Cloutier picked 2nd overall by the Wings back in 2018, their first draft pick. So there's a good bit of Wings history here today on the other side of the floor. Here's a shot in on net, stopped by Damoud.
And a tough cover. Cloutier is for the season. You look at the penalty kill for Las Vegas, 50%. Power play, both 10th.
So Philadelphia on the power play this year again has been, it's one of those areas that they'd hope to improve, but so far it's been a little bit of a struggle here. But they've gotten, again, these new guys coming in, this new talent has looked like it's been getting ready to click. We'll see if it happens here in this final home game. Here's a shot stopped by Damoud. The rebound was picked back up by Connor Kirst. And now he'll dish it off and let Las Vegas kill some time here. 35 seconds left to go on the power play as we pass 5 minutes gone here in this first quarter. No score for the Desert Dogs, trying to fix that here as the Wings have the 1-0 lead. Mitch Jones, one hand on the stick, dishes it out, bounce shot, score! Kyle Killen from distance at the restraining line tucks one inside the post, and it's a 1-1 game.
Killen's been effective, only playing in his 12th game of the season, but he gets his 21st goal. That's 34th point. He just takes that shot from outside. Mitch Jones finds him, another helper for Mitch Jones, but it's Killen with a great bounce shot from outside. Gets Daymute going down low and pushes it right over his shoulder. Great bouncer from outside to tie this game 1-1.
7th shorthanded goal of the season for Las Vegas. And now a bit of a standoff here on the face-off as again Bo Columbus and Tyrell Hamer-Jackson leading into it. Now Columbus finally pries it free, but it comes right to a Las Vegas stick. Good pick up there by Kirst.
And Kirst is doing his job. He's the leading loose ball man for the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Kind of coming home. A great player, All-American at Villanova University. He's got a bunch of former players and fans in the stands.
Here's Cloutier looking to shoot, couldn't do it, got it off toward Jones, out of his reach. Penalty time is up, and the teams are back to full strength. Las Vegas with no time, though, left on the shot clock. They will abandon it into the corner, and we'll get a timeout on the floor with 8:58 left to go in this first quarter. Philadelphia Wings, Las Vegas Desert Dogs, all tied up at 1 here in our early goings.
This is the moment you've waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
Welcome back to Xfinity Mobile Arena. Tie game here. The Wings had a little bit of a scare in warm-ups. Brennan O'Neill stepped on a lacrosse ball, twisted his ankle, and there was concern that he wouldn't be able to go, but after the trainers evaluated him, they feel comfortable letting him play. But definitely something to keep an eye on, how he accelerates, how he moves up and down the field. So we'll monitor that as the game progresses.
He was testing it out there. You see it here just a little bit before the game tonight. After he went down and got some treatment, Jess Harrison, the head athletic trainer, willed him onto the floor, I think.
Yeah.
Looked like to me.
Yeah, you see those stats. They need him. He leads the Wings in all offensive categories, goals, assists, points. Philadelphia Wings need the offensive production of Brennan O'Neill today.
Here is Young to the right side. Big shot and a goal. Wings jump back ahead. A 2-1 score here on a goal from Kyle Jackson.
And they also appreciate the production of Kyle Jackson. KJ 47 delivers the goal for the Philadelphia Wings. Another great bounce shot. It's a Philadelphia faithful on their feet, loving that goal to put the Wings up. Let's take a look at this replay. The ball comes from Dalton Young, gets it across the floor. Great overhand shot, bounces it at Bouquet's feet. Another shot that comes up over the shoulder into that top shelf. Great goal by Jackson.
Kyle Jackson, one of a handful of players here that was with the Wings at one point, left, came back again. Came back this season. He was here in the 2022 season. He helped the Philadelphia Wings to their only playoff appearance here in this second iteration of the franchise when they got to the opening round that year and lost to the San Diego Seals.
And they picked him up at the trade deadline. This is his 7th game for the Wings, and he's had great production. It's his 22nd point since he's been back.
Here's Liam Patton quickly up the floor, another original wing who was here at the beginning. He left in the middle part of the run, ended up with Panther City, and Tracy Kaluski, the Wings associate coach, also same path.
Looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty here.
Net is empty at the Wings end. Extra attacker is out, and laid out in front of the net was Eric Fennell. Now we get the whistle, and we'll get the call here as Mitch Jones is, well, he was headed to the box. Now he's going to stop for a chat. The slash is called here, and our officiating crew tonight, Brandon Heston there with Andrew Ecclestone. Mark Gardonio is our crew chief this evening as Sean Williams head on. Checking in the crease was the call.
And that's on Mitch Jones. That takes one of their top offensive players off the floor. See if the Wings can take advantage of that.
Here's Leclerc working it down left side. He'll get it back up top. Behind the back over to O'Neal. Here's O'Neal moving, shooting. Save made by Bouquet. And the rebound is loose ball is picked up and put up the floor. Quickly the other way is Drew Belgrave, and now he's going to slow things down. And Las Vegas will get set up to kill some more time here. Already one shorthanded goal here for the Desert Dogs tonight. Kluche spinning off of some pressure, comes up high. Now is checked, loses the ball as Ryan Wagner knocked it free. And it's Patton again up the left side. We'll get the offense out.
One thing we really haven't talked about is Alec Bouquet. It gets the start. Big goalie, 5'10", 335 pounds. See that caused turnover right there. Patton pushes it up. Wings trying to deliver on this power play.
Leclerc went behind the net. It came back out right side. A shot stopped by Bouquet. Dalton Young gets the rebound, though, and a fresh 30 here for the Wings with 44 seconds left on the power play. Right side shot, save, Bouquet. Rebound picked up by Jonathan Donville. And we've got a penalty coming up here on Philadelphia. So a delayed call will send Bouquet to the bench, and an extra attacker now out for Las Vegas, which means I think we're playing 5-on-5 here. I'm not going to count it up, but 20 seconds left on the initial penalty. Vegas can run this down a little bit and try to get a full power play out of it. With 4 to shoot, Kluche dishes it off. Big shot, save made by Nick Damoud, and that will draw the whistle. And we'll get the penalty call here. It's going to be on Landon Sinfield. Oh, we're going to keep going, excuse me. So out of the box now is Mitch Jones. Took his eye off that pass and lost it. Gets it back. Goes to the net. Save made. And this rebound will be pinned up by the Wings. And now we'll get the whistle.
Landon Sinfield looks like he checked the Vegas player into the crease. There he is, 29, going to the penalty box. Putting Vegas on the power play again. 46% on the year. Let's hear the penalty.
So again, checking in the crease, the call. We'll get a look at it here. Donville's going to pick up this ball. Well, he checked him into the crease, I suppose. Here is Kluche, left side. Shot, score! Kyle Killen, power play goal. Wasted no time. 11 seconds into the man advantage, and it's a 2-2 game.
Really high-powered shooters on the Desert Dogs, but it's Killen with his second of the night, 22nd on the season. The big righty from up top. Little pass there, finds that lower far and away corner. Beating Demude.
So a 2-2 score here with just over 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. It's been a big special teams game so far for the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Again, if they can secure a win here today, they do not clinch, but they come pretty darn close. They've got a home and home next week and the week after. Actually, they're both next week, excuse me, with San Diego. And can wrap up, again, their first playoff spot. Mitch Jones dropped the ball. Sticks loose on the near side and battled for right now in that right wing corner. Sticks and feet and all sorts of things in there trying to kick this free, and finally they're going to whistle it dead. It's going to be Philadelphia ball when we come back. We have a timeout on the floor with 4:50 left to go in this first quarter. Early goings here in Philadelphia, all square at 2. The NLL's march. The NLL's March to May is brought to you by STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the NLL. By TFL Sports, collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. All tied up at 2 apiece here with about 5 minutes left in this first quarter. Philadelphia Wings and the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. And you see here, Scott, part of a lot of this in the history of the Philadelphia Wings.
That's for sure. And you saw some of the fan signs. Thanks for the memories. Well, the Philadelphia Wings were part of the original league. They've been part of the fiber and success of pro indoor lacrosse since the very inception. This is a team that's won 6 championships. One of the storied franchises in the National Lacrosse League. Only Buffalo's won more than 7, and they took that title last year, going 3 championships in a row. But the Philadelphia faithful on their feet here for one last game in Philadelphia, trying to pull one out.
We've heard Chopper's in the building.
Chopper is in the building. Jay Davis, for those fans that saw him leading the Wings cheers with the painted face, he's here to say his goodbyes as well.
And they are expecting the biggest crowd of the season here tonight. And trying to get a second consecutive win at home as they picked up a big victory here last time here on the 29th of March against the Toronto Rock. 12-9 was the final there. Kevin Crowley, 4th all-time leading scorer in Wings history, has got the ball. His shot rang off the crossbar. Long rebound's going to get the ball back to Las Vegas.
Yep, he's part of the fiber of the Philadelphia Wings. Once a Wing, always a Wing. The big cat, Kevin Crowley, had a great career at Philadelphia, was the primary scorer for Philly back in his day. He's since moved on, bringing veteran leadership to the Las Vegas Desert Dogs.
He was part of the original franchise as well, 3 seasons with the original Wings, and then left with the franchise, played in New England for a while, then came back once the Wings returned in 2019. Had a little bit of an issue here with the clock that they've got to iron out, so we are going to take a look at things and make sure we have the correct amount of time remaining.
Look at the big cat, 14th NLL season, 6'3", 220. He's always been a tough cover, so he's been a great guy. He's also been part of the coaching tree for the Philadelphia Wings. Started the Fusion Youth program here. And you've got some players that are coming back. These are former Philadelphia Wings. Of course, Mitch Jones had 111 points last year for the Philadelphia Wings before being traded. Kevin Crowley, 4th all-time in points. You see the number of games he's played. And Brett Hickey is a player that played years ago, who's now the Las Vegas offensive coordinator. 3 guys that are coming back. Only right that you got 3 guys that have had an impact on this Philadelphia Wings franchise. coming back in the last game at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Brett Hickey was essentially the first wing. He was the first pick in the expansion draft back in 2018. Mitch Jones has probably been the most dynamic wing in this iteration of the franchise. He came in halfway through the season in 2023 and then went on and scored over 100 points in just about 12 games, I think it was, and was the team's leading scorer the last couple of years as well.
And, you know, credit to the Desert Dogs ownership. Let's talk about ownership. Wayne Gretzky, Dustin Johnson, Steve Nash, and Joe Tsai are the owners of the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. They made a big push in the offseason to try to bring some stars in to make the playoffs for this young franchise. And they picked up Mitch Jones, they picked up Chris Clouchet, and they picked up Chase Frazier from the world champion Buffalo Bandits, who's unfortunately injured and not playing today. But Las Vegas is making a big push to make it for their March to May.
Yeah, Clouchet in particular, and Frazier. Clouchet has been to the final in all 5 of the seasons that there's been one while he's been playing. He's won 3 times, he's lost 2, all with Buffalo. Again, he was picked by the Wings, but traded to Buffalo halfway through that first season as a ball got through Bouquet, and we've got an indication of a goal on the near side. And let's see what happens on the far side. That one squeaked through the legs of Alex Bouquet and got close enough to the line that one of our officials thought it was over the line.
Often a challenge, one side, one referee can see it on the near side.
We see it we just saw it in the building, and it is definitely over. I guess the question is, did anything else happen before that?
The fans in the stands certainly feel it. It's a goal.
Here's the look. It squeaks through. It spins back. Man.
Does it break the plane?
Well, watch this. They're going to push it in themselves, as Vegas. Right there, Bouquet kind of sweeps it over the line.
There you go.
It always has amazed me. I'm sure it doesn't amaze you. You've been doing this all your life, but what these lacrosse balls can do. You know, they look like they're just going to bounce like a normal ball, and then something like that happens where they hit the line and just stop.
Yeah, it's the ultimate. It's the ultimate Super Ball. I mean, they're hard.
Yeah.
You can throw them over 110 miles an hour, and they hurt when they hit you.
I guess they hurt when you step on them too.
Right, there you go. But the spin, the back spin on that ball carried it over the line. But as you said earlier, looks like the Las Vegas defender, when he was trying to reach for the ball, pushed it over.
Yeah, I mean, that got through Bouquet, and the only reason it did not go over the line immediately was that it had backspin on it, and it hit the line and stopped. So we're getting a good look here from our officiating crew. We're looking over their shoulders at the multi-camera viewpoint that they've got. And I guess, you know, what you have to consider is, did they stop play at any point for whatever reason? It looks like Lucas Nielsen's going to get credit for the goal should it count. We've got a decision coming up here that we'll try to get to you. Mark Gardonio making the loyal, loud, and proud happy here in Philadelphia, and it's now 3-2.
See it right there. Looks like it stays out, but then the ball absolutely is pushed across that goal line, extended for a good goal. Little help from the officials in the stands. Lucas Nielsen's get credited with the goal, his 9th of the season. Talk about the future of this Philadelphia Wings team. Lucas Nielsen's part of it. This is his 4th game, and in only, 3 games he's had. That's his 8th point. He's come on strong to help this Philadelphia Wings offense.
Wings will take it off a face-off violation, and they'll look to add to the advantage here as we approach 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Brian Smith, Scott Gabrielson, Mary McGinnis, our fantastic crew. Happy to have you along with us on ESPN Plus and Philly 57 here in the Philadelphia area. One final time here for the Philadelphia Wings. And they're looking again to go out of town with a 2-game home winning streak. They got 1 game left on the season. It is next week. They'll be in Vancouver on Saturday night. Fast break the other way. Eric Fennell couldn't catch that cleanly. He's got it now off the boards. And Fennell's going to run it back up into some space. And the Wings will get 3 attackers on. 12 to shoot as the offense gets set up. Kyle Jackson will start at right side for Fennell. Skip pass to Dalton Young. Young, shaking and baking, falls to the floor, but gets it back off before he gets accosted there. Now a long shot as the clock was winding down by Nielsen. We'll give the ball back to Las Vegas.
Late substitution for Philadelphia. They only had 15 seconds on the clock by the time all their offensive players got on the floor.
Here's Kluche on the right side. Kluche cutting back to the corner, now puts it up high. Killen getting it around the corner, back to Kluche, spins around a man. Kluche to the net, and that one was wide. Las Vegas gets it back. Kluche, skip pass, Killen, shot blocked nicely. Hutchison sticking out his leg and getting in the way of that one. 3 to shoot. Save made by Damoud, and the loose ball picked up in the near side by Isaiah Davis-Allen.
Great loose ball by Davis-Allen to prevent that second chance opportunity.
Jackson for Brennan O'Neill on the right side. O'Neill winds and fires. Save Bouquet. Loose ball corralled by Las Vegas. And they'll move it up for Jones. Mitch Jones, of course, came to the Wings from the Vancouver Warriors. He's been a scorer his whole career. Now he puts one in front. A shot on net by Sean Wesley was stopped by Damoud.
I mean, he's an assist man right now. He's got 58 assists on the season. He's 10th in scoring in the National Lacrosse League. Continues just to make those around him better.
And he's been matched well with Jonathan Donville. Both of them over 80 points coming into this game today. Here is a chance from up high by Drew Belgrave, stopped by Damoud. Loose ball on the floor, loose stick on the floor belonging to Ben Sudan. He'll get that back as the Wings come up. 27 seconds left. They've got time to pretty much have the last possession here as the clocks are almost equal. Kyle Jackson goes to O'Neill on the right side. Now back to Jackson. Late substitution here, 10 seconds left. Final play of the first quarter. LeClaire over for O'Neill, back to LeClaire. He goes behind the net to the right side. A pass in front was blocked, and that's going to wrap up quarter number 1 as the Philadelphia Wings, with a late one from Lucas Nielsen, about 4 minutes left, able to pick up a 3-2 lead heading into the quarter break. The loyal, loud, and proud here at Xfinity Arena, enjoying a good first quarter. And the Las Vegas Desert Dogs looking for some equalizers when we come back for the second.
Welcome back to Xfinity Mobile Arena. One of the greatest things about today is a ton of Wings fans have come out, and right there under the 113 sign is our old friend Chopper. Chopper used to come to all the Wings games and sit directly behind the visiting penalty box, and most people don't know I used to work the penalty box back in the day, and I'd sit in there, open and close the door, and Chopper would lean over the glass and yell all crazy things at the visiting teams, and some people loved it, some people hated it, but he always got a reaction out of the visiting players. And he's just a dedicated Wings fan. He'd always come in full face paint and a hat. He's just one of the most energetic and loyal Wings fans that Wings have ever had, and it's great to see him out here today.
That's for sure, Mary, and I'll second that. I saw Chopper on the main concourse before the game. He wanted to come in his face paint and his hard hat, but it wasn't in his closet, it was in storage.
Oh, no.
Or he would have been dressed in his face paint with a Wings logo on his face in silver and black, and then that Wings hard hat. What a legend. Him and Big Gabe on one side doing their Wings chants.
Yeah, and it was, Mary mentioned, we started that first season. We were both working down there at field level that first year. And that was quite something as far as my introduction to this team, to see all that going on. As we get a goal on the right side, it's tucked over the shoulder of Bouquet, and Lucas Nielsen's got his second to make it 4-2.
Lucas Nielsen coming over from the Buffalo Bandits. There's that picture of him. He still has a Bandits jersey in that photo. Just fearless, relentless, great player. Got lost on the Buffalo Bandits roster. Couldn't find himself a spot there, but he comes to the Philadelphia Wings, and he's just delivered in points so far. Second of the game. He's had 2 goals in the last 3 games. He's done such a great job so far. Look at that, 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 points just in the last 3 games.
Had his first career hat trick in the Toronto game. He has had his first 3 multi-goal games of his career in the last 3 games that he's played, and now he's got number 4 here already. And it's got the Wings out to a 2-goal lead. We got a violation that gave the possession back to Philadelphia, and they're looking to add to it here early in the second quarter rather. Just 1 minute in. Here's Fennell looking to the net. Got there, he scores! Oh, what a move by Eric Fennell, and he finds a spot over the shoulder of Alex Bouquet. It is a 5-2 Wings lead.
Great individual effort by Eric Fennell. He's been banged up the last few games. He's back in the lineup. This was a game that he did not want to miss. Put him right in, an individual one-on-one play. Great face dodge, and then pushes the ball over the shoulder of Bouquet. Not much speed on it, just perfectly placed on that far pipe. Beautiful goal by number 43, Eric Fennell.
And with that, Landon Kells is going to come in for at least the time being. Kells has seen the greater number of minutes this year for Las Vegas. Bouquet's got the better numbers in terms of goals against and save percentage, but Kells has been the go-to guy for the Desert Dogs this year.
And this is not uncommon by Coach Sean Williams. Both goaltenders have played in every game this season. He's got confidence in both of them, but is not shy to make a change after a few goals.
So the Wings on a bit of a run here now with a 3-goal advantage, 5-2. Again, in the early goings of the second quarter, they've had a great start here to this frame. Las Vegas, though, looking to slow it down. Kevin Crowley's shot blocked off the stick, and the loose ball picked up by Philadelphia.
Ben Cromer getting some of his first looks this season with the absence of Alex Pace. Picks up a loose ball. Good to see that youngster.
Here's Kyle Jackson. Gets it back out to Fennell. He'll shoot. Save made by Kells, his first touch of the game. Jackson gets the loose ball. Fresh shot clock for Philadelphia. Sam LeClaire worked it into the corner. Now it's backed out to Jackson, and then the near side for Fennell. Nielsen finds a lane to the net. Save made Kells. Another new shot clock, though, for Philadelphia. as they'll get a third go-round out of here on this possession. Here's Jackson to the net, shoots, save Kells. It is out. Most of the goaltender is in, but the ball is not. And Las Vegas is going to come up the floor.
Great move by Jackson. Better save by Kells.
Here is Jonathan Donville. He of the 84 points coming into this game. Here's a shot by Jones. Where is it? He thinks it's in. Wings say it's not. Referee far side says it is. Near side says it's not.
The ball hit Demude and therefore didn't go in right away, but it looked like Mitch Jones may have stepped in the crease and is fouled through after the shot.
So they're going to take a look at it here, as they will when they have conflicting calls by the officials that are surrounding the crease. And we'll get a look at it here. Here's Mitch Jones. Shot, hit the goalpost, then it hit Nick Demude. Then what happened is the question. Mitch Jones, obviously, you saw him run through the crease. Here's going to be a good look at it. Dink, donk, in. Now, you can't really see Mitch Jones run through the crease at the bottom of your screen there. So they're going to try to match up some looks here down in the scorer's booth.
Yep, they're going to have to sync up cameras with that shot. Didn't look like it got caught up in Demude for long enough for Jones to be in the crease.
Yeah, it was pretty clean. It just hit the post, and then it hit Demude in the back and went in. But they're going to take a look because, again, one official had Mitch Jones in the crease and the other one did not. And you see down there, there's a crew of guys to the right that have been part of the heart and soul of running this team for the last 6 years. There are stat keepers and the folks that open the penalty box doors and all those fun things that are kind of under the radar. Get a call here. So they do wave it off. They do find that Mitch Jones got a foot in the crease before that ball crossed the line.
Jones certainly not happy with that.
Might see it here, Scott.
There
Bang,
it
there's
is.
the foot.
So
And
once they sync that camera up
Right.
with the ball entering the net, his foot was in the crease prior to breaking the plane.
And they have the capability to do that, to take that shot and sync it up with the overhead. They can see exactly where the ball was when the foot hit the crease. So the Wings will retain their 3-goal advantage here with just under 12 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Here is Brendan O'Neill. Again, maybe not 100%, but wanted to go here today in the final home game. O'Neill coming up high. Now he's got some room. Now he'll fire, and Kells steps out, cuts down the angle, blocks that. Quickly the other way comes Las Vegas. 2-on-1 developing. It's Jones. Save made by Demude. Loose ball on the floor, pushed towards Mitch Armstrong. We have a penalty, though, coming up on Philadelphia, as it looks like they got too many players out too fast. And that is the call, illegal substitution. So Ben Cromer's going to come over and serve that penalty, and it'll be another power play here for Las Vegas. They're going to work it around on the right side now as Vegas. It's Mitch Jones up top as the quarterback. He'll shoot it low. Save made by Demude. The rebound rolled out of his reach, and it's going to be Las Vegas picking up possession. Demude is down in the net, and he hasn't gotten back up yet. Now his mask is off, and now he's smashing his stick against the post. His mask was caught in the net, and he's not very happy that he had to wait so long to get a whistle there.
Yeah, crazy play right there. Surprising the Las Vegas offensive player didn't take a shot while Demude was caught in the net.
There you see him pulling on the net there. And finally, he just pulls it off his head. And you kind of see his overall reaction to the situation. It's that back plate, I think, on the back of the helmet that got stuck in the netting. So we get back to action here as it's put down right side. Oh, a shot wide of the net and a great defensive play on that right side post. Now another shot kicked away by Damoud. But that initial ball was knocked away on a great job by Chris Corbeil over there. Now Donville playing catch with Cloutier. Cloutier, Donville, quick sticks, save. Yes, he kept it out.
Damoud still a little angry on that. A little angry save, but great athletic play by the goalkeeper.
Near side, double team, push to the crease. He'll get the ball back to Las Vegas, and now we've got some folks stepping in to separate things. They're going to get a penalty there on that, though, Scott.
Yeah, cross check from the back on Tyson Bell.
And there you get the indication it's an illegal cross check, and again a good effort there by Landon Sinfield to get down there to even be in a position to draw that penalty.
Not sure if it was the initial cross check or the second cross check when he was on the ground, but it's a 4-on-4 situation.
So here's Sam Leclerc starting off the possession for the Wings. A little bit more room on the floor. Quick stick far side, and a save made by Kells as he slammed the door on Lucas Nielsen's hat trick bid. Here's Kirst. He'll hand it off, and Donville will start the possession. 18 seconds left until the Wings go on the power play.
Kirst, name sounds familiar. That's big brother of Connor Kirst. Of CJ Kirst, excuse me. Connor's the big brother of CJ. CJ's getting all the press. He's probably the league's rookie of the year for Toronto. Connor Kirst just doing the dirty work. He's a transition leader for the Las Vegas Desert Dogs.
So we get a whistle here and a timeout on the floor with 9.5 left to go in the second quarter. Philadelphia Wings up by 3 and on the power play when we come back.
This is the moment you've waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here
Oh, what a move!
with NLL Friday night on TSN.
Welcome back to Xfinity Mobile Arena. The Philadelphia Wings with a 5-2 lead here on the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. And a lot of these guys got in the building today.
That's for sure. I mean, we've got some of the legends, some of the greatest players that played the game. Look at that first class. Gary and Paul Gay, Chris Fritz, the original owner of the Major League Lacrosse League, the legendary Mike French, Tom Marichek, Tony Resch, player and coach, Dallas Elliott, the GOAT, in my opinion, the best goalie of all time. Terry Sanderson was a coach here, and then most recently in 21, Kevin Finneran enters the Hall of Fame. A lot of the guys back from those championship teams. Jake Berge's probably a sure ballot, first ballot Hall of Famer when he gets the opportunity. But they're here to say one final farewell and thank you to the Philadelphia fans.
We are expecting Jake Berge to join Mary at halftime, so we'll hear a little bit more about this situation from his perspective. I got to say, one of my favorite moments here working with the Wings, Scott, was when I got a chance to be a part of the surprise for Kevin Finneran when they retired his number. We caught up with him. It was actually back when the league was on hiatus because of COVID, and yeah, I mean, I was really kind of taken by surprise at how much it meant to him. I mean, it was a great moment.
Yeah, you surprised him. He wasn't ready for it.
That's
you
what
told
I mean.
him, he was selected in the Hall of Fame, and just an emotional player. Number 11's been retired. It's hanging from the rafters along with 35 Elliott, 42 Marichek, and 66 Berge.
Wings just escorted Sean Wesley to his own bench there a moment ago, right through an open door. Mitch Jones just took a walk down the Las Vegas tunnel. I don't know if he's just going for a stroll or something's issue. He's coming back right now. We'll keep an eye on that. Here's a long shot, and the Wings score again. It's 4 in a row now for Philadelphia. And it's a hat trick for Lucas Nielsen.
Lucas Nielsen, just fearless, great hands, second-year player, continues on his scoring streak. Doesn't have a lot to say, as we've talked to him before in his interviews, but he delivers on
business.
the field for sure. Sets himself up, great shot from outside, beats Kells to that near pipe. Lucas Nielsen with the hat trick.
So a big night for Lucas Nielsen could be in the cards here, as there's still a lot of lacrosse left to be played. He's already got 3 goals. And the Wings enjoying a 4-goal advantage as Kevin Crowley trying to dent it, but it's stopped by Nick Damoud, who has been stellar here. 16 saves on 18 shots. Wings trying to add to this lead now.
The strength of the Philadelphia Wings this season has been defense. It's been Damoud and Deacon Knott as goaltenders. Offense hasn't been as productive as they would like, but it's the defense, it's the guys in front of the goaltenders that are doing a great job too. But there's another delivery. Compliment to Sam Leclerc.
Sam Leclerc keeps it going here for the Wings. 5 in a row, and it's now 7-2.
Sam Leclerc, part of the youth movement of the Philadelphia Wings, adding his second on the night. Just a relentless worker on the offense, gets dirty in front with picks, but just comes around his defender, takes a shot, sticks it in the back of the net. Great job, Sammy Leclerc. We talk about this team. This is a rebuilding year, younger team. One of the things that, although they're looking for new ownership, they want to keep this team together. This team, the Philadelphia Wings franchise right now, has 8 draft picks over the next 2 years. And there's some great players coming up in the NLL draft that the Philadelphia Wings can really build around to add, to complement these young offensive players. So Philadelphia's really looking to try to keep this team together wherever they may be.
Nice move to the net by Nielsen, and Vegas having trouble bringing it up the floor. The Wings finally knock it free, but I believe they committed a penalty in doing so. Brandon Goodwin just being pursued like a pack of dogs there as the Wings brought it up, but the last thing that knocked the ball free was a trip.
It's like they're going to get Dalton Young.
So you see the indication there for the tripping penalty. And it was really, we get a look here, as Dalton Young falls is when the trip happens. That's, is that a trip? Or did he push him from behind?
Yeah,
I don't know if
a little bit of a shoestring tackle.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's going to go in the books as. So another power play here for Las Vegas, and they're going to try to stop this run. They move it back and forth in front for Crowley, and that was stopped by Damoud. And Mitch Jones kicking that away from the far wall, picked up by Cloutier. Donville will work it to the near side. Now gets it back over for Cloutier. Low shot stopped by Damoud, and the Wings are going to get to this one. And they'll move it ahead to Ryan Wagner. Wagner with a nice move to get around Donville. And now for Liam Patton. Sam Leclerc's got it on the near wall. And the Wings will have an opportunity here to kill some time. 10 seconds to shoot. On that left side, coming around behind the net is Nielsen. Double team, 3 to shoot. Now he'll just dump it into the corner, and a good possession there for Philadelphia to eat some clock. And we're going to have to stop and hold on here for just a piece of debris, I think, on the floor. Oh, 2 balls were on the field. Okay. Yeah, that would complicate matters somewhat. Maybe that's the next big thing in the NLL. I don't know. 2-ball lacrosse. It's killing to the right side for Jones. Now back to Donville, back to Jones. His shot is gobbled up and held by Damoud. I can't keep track of one.
Right. Great save by Nick Damoud again. Continues to block shots.
Well, Vegas really trying the full court press here, but the Wings keeping away from them.
Chris Corbeil with a great effort, the captain of the Wings. He's been banged up. Talked to him before the game. He was questionable whether he would play. He said, Gates, there's no way I'm not playing in this game. So great to see the captain out on the floor.
It gets dumped back into the corner. We get a whistle here. Headed to the bench for some reason is Nick Damoud. He was down at the other end of the floor during that last possession, waving frantically at something. And our equipment manager, Anthony Stranix, is out to, looks like, repair one of Damoud's pads there. Nick Damoud has had a rough night in terms of equipment situations so far. About 10 minutes ago, his helmet got stuck in the net behind him. And now he's got a little bit of an issue with that right shin pad, but he's all squared away now thanks to Anthony Stranix, who again is part of what keeps the machine moving here in Philadelphia. He took this role when the Wings came back here in 2018. He'd been working with the Philadelphia Flyers as an equipment assistant, and these guys work ungodly hours and move a ton of equipment and don't get enough thanks for it. And he has been a huge part here over the years. Here's Donville with a quick stick shot and a save made by Damoud. He's going to throw it right out of the box to Young. Here's Young with a step, dishes it off, a shot and a save made by Kells as Nielsen out the front door looking for a highlight reel goal, but Kells is up to the task.
Huge save by Kells. Great 2-on-1 dump pass. Kells made the save.
Here's Donville. Out to Crowley and around to Jones on the right side. No look pass to Donville. A shot whistled wide. Kuche gets to the loose ball. A quick shot. That skipped off the ground and hit the post. And Damoud panicked for a moment. Found it though and now moves it ahead. Here's Ron John to the left side. He's got Nielsen there already and they're going to slow it down. So yeah, penalty time expired a moment ago as Young was hit coming out of the box by Damoud.
Look at this 2-on-1. What a great little dump pass. Nielsen almost stuck that top corner, but a great save by Kells.
Shot on net, stopped by Kells. The shot clock did not reset, even though they were indicating that it should. And so we're going to have to see what happens here when we come back. We do have a timeout on the floor with 3:48 left to go in the second quarter, and the Philadelphia Wings are up 7-2. Philadelphia Wings with a 7-2 lead here late in the second quarter. Coming up on the game halftime, our memories on the history of the Wings. NLL Wired from last week in Toronto, plus first half analysis of this one, all coming up at the break here today. Also, Mary's going to talk with the star of the game here in the first half, and we're also hoping to hear from Jake Berge at halftime. So we got a jam-packed halftime coming up for you here. Ian Rubel's club has figured it out, Scott. Averaging 9 goals a game coming into this one, but they've started scoring a lot in their last game and a half.
Yes, they have. Their offense has been tremendous, and it's thanks to young stars like Lucas Nielsen, who's put the points on the board. Kyle Jackson, Dalton Young, a lot of new names. A lot of Wings fans were surprised with some of the trades that took place, sending Joe Resetarits out and Blaze Reardon. But in return, the Wings offense has come on fire, and you just see that stat there. 19 goals in the last few quarters.
Yeah, the Wings were in danger of... They were one of the lowest scoring teams in NLL history in terms of average goals per game through those first 15 games or so. And they needed to step it up to avoid being on that list. They will not be on that list after these last 6 quarters that they've had, which is great news. And they'd love to keep it going here to get another win here in the home finale as Lucas Nielsen gets hogtied and the shot clock expired as he was over in the corner. So it'll be Las Vegas ball coming up with under 3 to play now here in this second quarter.
And it's 7-2, but as we know in the National Lacrosse League, a lead like that isn't big enough, especially with an offense like Las Vegas. 2 80-plus point scores in Donville and Jones, and they've been held off the board right now.
And I don't even remember Adam Poitras getting the ball yet. He's got an assist, but hasn't been at the centerpiece of the offense too much as the Wings force a shot wide and pick it up. Here's Ron John coming the other way. Left side, here's Leclerc. His shot blocked off the stick. Nice play there by Brandon Goodwin to get in the way of that. Adam Poitras had 6 goals in a game against the Wings back in December of 2024. Here's a shot that got past Damu, but he flops back on it.
Great effort by Damu to see the athleticism of the big man. Looked like it was going to roll over, but he did a 180 to cover that ball up.
Here's a big shot, and went wide of the net and goes out of play, so that's going to give the ball back to Vegas. That youngster there with a souvenir to take home. I'll tell you what, Scott, the last ball we saw go in the stands there, a gentleman had it in a black shirt, and he got that thing right in the chest at rather high velocity. I was rather happy to see he was okay.
He'll have a bruise to go with that memento.
Here is Mitch Jones. Spin move around Armstrong, then he dished it off. Here's a shot by Cloutier, and he scores! Chris Cloutier snaps the Wings scoring streak and grabs the 3rd of the night for Las Vegas at 7-3.
Chris Cloutier's not a guy you want to leave with time and room. Defenders all swarmed on Jones. Look at Jones, just a little backhand flip. Cloutier, one of the best scorers in the league, puts that low and away and a bounce shot around Damu. Too much time for a pure shooter like Cloutier.
His 100th career NLL game coming in the arena where his first NLL game was played back in early part of the 2019 season, technically late 2018. Played his first game here for the then brand new Philadelphia Wings. The first game in this iteration of the franchise, and he's here now in the last one, at least at home.
He was the #1 draft pick out of North Carolina. Incredible college NCAA career, national champ. Wings picked him up.
Pass off the mark on that far side. Got away from a man, but now Crowley's over there to pick it up. However, Crowley is dispossessed, and the Wings will bring it up the floor. We've got a whistle here and a timeout called by Philadelphia with 25.9 seconds left in this second quarter. And they're going to draw up here one final play. We talked about Cloutier again being selected by the Wings in the first NLL draft they participated in. He was selected 2nd overall. After 7 games, the Wings traded him to the Buffalo Bandits for Ryan Wagner, who has been here ever since. Wings also got a 1st rounder out of that trade. And it's one of those things that I think worked for both sides, because Cloutier was not the leading scorer in Buffalo, but definitely was a contributor, again, to 5 trips to the championship game, 3 titles in Buffalo for Cloutier, and 2 losses. The 6th season, there was not a championship because of COVID. The season kind of ended in the middle of March. But you see here the Las Vegas Desert Dogs looking for some momentum to head into the locker room with, Scott, because again, this is a huge game for them. We were told perhaps the biggest in their history, as they try to take a huge step toward wrapping up what would be their first playoff berth.
And you see the defensive coach for Las Vegas trying to give the details. We're on the other side. Tracy Kaluski's talking to his offense, drawing up the play, trying to be spoilers today for Las Vegas. Again, the top 8 seeded teams go to the playoffs. Right now, it could be Vegas. The Wings are trying to play spoiler tonight.
So one final play here for Philadelphia to head into halftime. The net is empty. They've got a 6th attacker on the floor.
They're going to burn clock down to about 9 seconds and then go. They're adjusting the clock. Again, as you said, empty net. It's a 6-on-5 situation. Play normally takes about 9 seconds to get going, so they're just going to burn clock, wait till 9, and then go.
So Brennan O'Neill, now pressured, is going to have to start. Maybe a Scotia early. Now for Leclerc. Goes behind the net. Look back out left side. Here's another chance to Nielsen. Put it out in front, and a save made by Kells, and the horn sounds to end that first half. Looked like the Wings got the look they wanted. But Landon Kells, coming in relief, has stood up to the task here for Las Vegas. And the damage limited to a 7-3 Wings lead headed into halftime.
Great play drawn up, just couldn't execute on it with a pass right in front of the crease. Had the shot, just couldn't finish. But Wings very happy to go to halftime, the 7-3 lead. Great defense and great goaltending by Philadelphia.
And again, it's a 4-goal lead, but it can go away real quick here in the world of the NLL. Let's go downstairs to our Mary McGinnis, who's got Sam Leclerc.
Sam, after you scored that first goal, I saw you grab your jersey and point to the Wings. What does this game mean to you, the team, and Philadelphia overall?
It means a lot. It's more than just a game, you know. The standings are what the standings are, and, you know, there's a big group of people who gave up on us, and a lot of people showed up tonight to support us, so we owe them a good effort, and this first half was indicative of that, and we're going to give it another good half in the second and do a lap around the boards like we should.
There are a lot of people. You just mentioned you want to bang the boards. What can you do here in the second half? You guys put up 7 goals here in the first half. How can you add to this performance here coming up?
Just keep doing what we're doing. I think we're playing with a lot of energy, having a lot of fun. There's no pressure on us, so, you know, we're just playing our game and having fun, enjoying it together, because the future's pretty uncertain, so we're just enjoying each other's company and playing lacrosse at the end of the day.
Well, these fans have been great, so good luck in the second half. Let's give them a lot to cheer about.
Thanks, Mary.
Sam Leclerc with the game interview as we head to halftime here. Chopper on hand for the final Philadelphia Wings home game here this evening. Nick Damoud has had a great first half. He's been full of emotion. And the Philadelphia Wings trying to escort Las Vegas out the door here today, but Vegas is going to have a lot to say about that in our second half. The game interview and halftime coming up next. I'm going to do a really. Welcome back to Xfinity Mobile Arena. Philadelphia Wings enjoying a 7-3 halftime lead over the Las Vegas Desert Dogs here on the NLL's March to May. Las Vegas with a lot at stake here tonight as the Wings try to get in the way. Look at this guy. The Cooper helmet, the STX elbow pads, Scott Gabrielson, former Wings captain, and a 5-time NLL champion down memory lane here today.
Wow, love it, love it. At the Phillies game right there in 1998 for the Championship Cup, welcoming the Philadelphia faithful as I walk off the floor. Just such great memories here in Philadelphia. You know, great to see those photos.
I'm seeing those Bud Ice ads. That really dates it right there. It is, again, the final home game here for the Philadelphia Wings today, and, you know, we've taken this opportunity to kind of look at the history a little bit of this team. One of the most historic franchise names here, of course, in the National Lacrosse League and its various predecessors. It's been two different franchises, but when the Wings came back in 2018, there was thoughts, okay, what's the name going to be? And there really was no other choice. And they went back with Philadelphia Wings, new logo, of course, new record books, you know, new players, but the overall history of the team has always been here.
Absolutely. This one thing, this is probably the last game that the Wings will ever play in this building, but we have such great memories in this building. This is a team that's won 6 world championships. There's the banners. The banners shows right there. You know, I had the great privilege of playing for this team and winning 5 championships for the Philadelphia Wings. We won in 1989 and 90 back-to-back. Then we went back-to-back again in 94, 95, won in 98, won in 2001. I'm so proud that we were able to deliver a championship to this faithful Philadelphia fan base. Charles Barkley, we used to share a locker room with Charles Barkley and the Sixers. There's 5 rings. There's my collection of 5 championship rings that I won for this great city. So honored to have won championships in Philadelphia. Just to play for the pride of Philly, to play for these fans, to play in front of 16,000, 17,000 fans back in my day when we were winning championships. We won 6 championships. We're the winningest franchise in all of Philadelphia sports. It's overlooked, but it's a memory that we won't forget, that our fans don't forget here in Philadelphia. The faithful that came out 10,000 plus strong in our last game here.
Well, there's all sorts of historical figures here with the Philadelphia Wings, both this version and the last version. One of them is downstairs. Our Mary McGinnis has Jake Berge on the floor.
Jake, welcome back to Philadelphia and to the Wings game. It's great to have you here. I understand a number of players you played with are here as well. Why is it so important for you guys to come tonight?
Well, it's obviously a bittersweet night. We got to be back with a lot of our good buddies that we've been with over a lot of years, but obviously it's overall it's a you know, a bummer that the Wings are leaving us, but just the guys, you know, the stories that we tell up there, it's just been fantastic, and I just love this place. It's been a true honor playing here.
We were just looking up at the banners, your name in the rafters, obviously, in those 2 championships you were a part of. What was it like playing in front of the Philadelphia crowd? You were just telling me you'd get 14,000 sellout buildings, and you guys were the stars of the city.
Yeah, no, it's funny, full circle. Like, you know, I watched the Wings growing up. I had season tickets to the Wings. I was literally, you know.
We try not to get hit with incoming lacrosse balls.
I was a big fan before I was a player, and then joining the Wings and playing, like, it was such an awesome time, and this is this place holds a special place in my heart.
For this team, what would your message be to them in terms of sticking together? There's obviously a lot of uncertainty, but I think the goal remains that they'd like this group to stay together. A ton of draft picks coming up and lots of young talent.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we can only hope that someone picks up the team because it's such a historic franchise, and we still talk like the best times we've had in our lives are with the guys that I'm with up in the box right now and watching this game with, because we had, again, such an incredible time, and the stuff that we went through, it's really special.
If you could have one wish, one thing you're hopeful for the future of this team, what would it be?
Well, we need a new owner to come in, and I would love for it to stay in Philadelphia and keep this history and tradition going with the Philadelphia Wings.
Well, you're a legend of the game and a legend of Philadelphia. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for all you did for the team.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
The pride of Upland Country Day School, the Tatnall School down in Delaware, and then on from there, Jake Berge, one of the guys with you that made this team so special.
Absolutely. Came in as a rookie in 90. He looks so much like his dad, doesn't he? Linebacker Bill Berge for the Philadelphia Eagles. One thing also we're so proud of is there's so many Wings players that went on to coach high school lacrosse in the Philadelphia region. And Philadelphia right now is recognized as one of the top lacrosse areas in the country. Year in, year out, they produce some of the best high school players that go on to college and playing in the top colleges across the country. That a lot is compliments to the Wings alumni and the coaching tree that coach in all these great schools locally, all these schools that are in the top 10 every year, and year in, year out, they're showing up, and a lot of it has been touched, that a lot of it has been influenced by Philadelphia Wings players. And although this team may go away, hope it doesn't. Hopefully the memories will never be forgotten. And thank you on behalf of all players, past and present. Thank you, fans.
Lots more ahead here on the game halftime as the Philadelphia Wings have a 7-3 lead here over the Las Vegas Desert Dogs at the half. 7-3 Wings at halftime. Chris Flynn, Scott Growney, a couple of Wings alums enjoying the game here today at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Halftime continues between the Desert Dogs and the Wings. NLL Rookie of the Year candidate C.J. Kirst and his Toronto Rock took on Cam Accione and the San Diego Seals last week in Toronto. Our NLL Productions crew, through our partnership with TSN, captured the game from the perspective of these two young stars for our latest edition of NLL Wired.
Let's do it tonight, boys. Rock on three. 1, 2, 3. Rock.
I got 5. 5. Yeah! He's good. Zach's good. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go!
I think I got to cut and get out of your way.
Good job. Keep running.
Run! Attaboy, Chow. Great wheels.
Yeah, here. Yeah, open, Danny. Take here. Good talk, Danny.
Way to be, Owen. Hey, what do we got? Ready, Popper? You and Isaiah?
Yeah! Get right. Let's go.
Here we go. Keep running hard. Let's go. Attaboy, Chow. Great take.
Was that in first time? Good job.
Yeah.
Right, nice shot, baby.
Yeah. Attaboy, Rosie. Oh, I already got you right there.
Toronto winners last night to move to 11-6. San Diego in action tomorrow with Georgia at 4 right here on ESPN+. Second half action right around the corner here in South Philadelphia. Second half on tap here at Xfinity Mobile Arena as the Philadelphia Wings have a 7-3 lead over the Las Vegas Desert Dogs in a strong first half for the Wings, Scott.
Yep, the story there, look at Las Vegas, 30 shots. The opposite side of that is 27 saves by Nick Damude. He's been the difference for Philadelphia. Relatively even with assists, loose balls, hustle. The loose balls are in Las Vegas's favor. Those are the hustle plays. Neither team has been very effective on the power play, but credit to the defense in front of Damude to shut down that penalty kill. Put the Wings up 7-3. Nielsen, he's the star so far with 3 goals, 2 assists on the night, 5 points just in the first half alone. Sam LeClair's got 2 goals. Fennell and Kyle Jackson have the other goals to make 7 for Philadelphia. Kyle Killen's got 2 goals for Las Vegas.
Wings will control to start the half, and the one thing that might have been discussed, Scott, the Wings had 5 goals on 10 shots against Alex Bouquet and then 2 goals on 10 shots against Landon Kells. You're going to have to get a little creative here on the Las Vegas goaltender.
Yeah, two totally different goaltenders. You look at Bouquet again, said 5'10", 335, fills all the net. But Kells is more of a athletic goaltender, a little taller, certainly not as big, but he's made some great saves for Las Vegas.
Here's Chris Cloutier, last goal scorer for Las Vegas. Tries to get the first of the second half, but a save made by Nick Damude. Wings had a 5-0 run through most of the first half. Another big shot fought off by Damude as Donville was denied. Actually, the clock is not reset as the shot went low. Now it's loose behind the net, picked up by Donville with 10 to shoot. Here's Donville. Skips it off for Mitch Jones. That one is under Nick Damude. He keeps it out. And the Wings are going to take over.
The thing is, great save by Damude. The shooting chart, and with Mitch Jones. Mitch Jones is so familiar with Nick Damude by playing with him or against him in practice all last year. He's trying to go for those low spots, but also Damude knows where Jones shoots, so he's getting the better of Mitch Jones tonight.
Ben Sunin with a sprint up the floor. He'll pull off now and hand it off to the offense here for Las Vegas. Again, the Wings scored 5 in a row there in the first half before Cloutier broke it right before halftime to cut the lead back to 4. Here's a skip pass in front. Proctus with a shot that whistled wide, and the Wings will get to that one. Isaiah Davis-Allen had one short hop on him, and that's going to end up back in a Las Vegas stick as it'll be Poitras on the right side with it. Couple of assists in the first half for Adam Poitras, who is already enjoying scoring totals in year 2 that's above that of year 1 last year for him. Here is Poitras now looking for his first goal tonight. Dishes it off left side. This is Killen to the net. That one spun in and was fought off again by Damude, but Las Vegas gets to the loose ball. They'll have another possession.
Yeah, a little different intensity for Las Vegas right here. Swarming around balls with their 3rd possession of this series. Picking up the loosies when they're on the ground. That one rattles off the pipe.
Coming close here are the Desert Dogs, as again, we talked about that 4-goal lead, Scott, not being much of a cushion at all in this league, and you can bet that they discussed things about improving the offensive output here in this second half.
Wings just made substitutions for some fresh legs.
And there is Adam Poitras breaking through. I was about to say he's already touched the ball, I feel like, more than he did the entire first half. And he cashes in for his first goal tonight. It's 7-4.
Poitras with a great move. Again, look at his production so far. He's been quiet in this first half. In his second year, comes sweeping around, pulls that stick all the way across his body and shoots to that far pipe. Great placement by Poitras. Just a great shot. Damude's probably thinking he's going to try to pick an upper corner. Just great, crafty shooting by Poitras to bury it low. 7-4.
Clean face-off win for Bo Columbus. And Philadelphia is going to get things set up as Dalton Young now has it on the left side. Young coming up high. Moves it around to the right side. This is Brendan O'Neill with it. Back off for LeClaire. Now to Kyle Jackson. Low shot. That one whistled wide. Loose on the floor. Young got to it. Put it on net. Kicked away by Kells as Dalton Young looked like he might have caught Drew Belgrave sleeping a little bit there. At least Belgrave didn't know he was there. Here's Cloutier. Tried to dish it down for Jones. He's shoved to the floor, and the Wings come away with the ball. Patton's being hacked at as he comes down through the middle of the floor, and now he'll back off and hand it to Lucas Nielsen.
One guy on defense to keep your eye on is number 88 for Las Vegas, Reese Blake, 6'7", 225. He's been all over Brennan O'Neill so far, matching up on Jackson. There he is right there, 88.
And he forces a turnover, sending it back down the floor for Las Vegas. In Buffalo tonight, the Buffalo Bandits with their nearby rival, the Rochester Nighthawks, in town, and a 9-4 lead for Buffalo in that third quarter. As Buffalo trying to get a win, they've won 5 in a row coming into this one. Poitras dispossesses Columbus, actually 6 in a row coming into this one. This would be 7 if they can finish this off.
And they are the team to beat. I keep saying they're the defending they're the defending world champs until they are not. I've said that 3 times. They've won 3 in a row. They just keep reloading. Joe Resetarita, I believe, has scored the last goal for Buffalo.
Got a timeout on the floor here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. And the Philadelphia Wings still nursing a lead at 7-4 here over Las Vegas.
This is the moment you've waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here with NLL Friday night on TSN.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. The loyal, loud, and proud enjoying a 3-goal lead. As we take a look at week 20 around the National Lacrosse League, the Toronto Rock continue to plow back from that slow start. They win 10-6. Oshawa falling to Calgary 9-6 here in the third quarter, and lots of action going on around the league here in week 20.
We're talking about how big this game is for Las Vegas. They control their own destiny. You saw those scores with Halifax and Ottawa losing last night. Las Vegas really needs to win tonight for their playoff chances. But so far, the Wings are keeping them at bay.
Oh, great effort there from Dalton Young to get to the front of the net, but he couldn't quite put it on frame. And Las Vegas now will look for a second consecutive goal. They've got the only tally here so far through 5 minutes of this second half. And Mitch Jones is going to toss it over into the corner. This is Donville with it. Donville gets it back out for Poitras, and now around to Jones. He'll come up top. Jones goes back to Poitras, missed him. Poitras gets the rebound off the boards. Now will fire, and that one I think caught iron as it did get past Damoud. And we're going to get a loose ball push. It's going to give the ball back to Las Vegas. So again, Scott, you know, my eyes could be deceiving me, but it seems like they've shifted here to involve Adam Poitras a lot more in this second half, and it's somewhat paying off for Las Vegas to this point.
Yeah, he's been effective. He's had a great season so far. He's got 49 points on the season. Young Wheels, a second-year player, had a great rookie year last year, was in the conversation for Rookie of the Year.
There was at one point in the first half where I checked to see if he was in the game. And he's certainly been in the game here in the second half. As here's Sam LeClaire coming up near the restraining line, dished it off to O'Neill, tried to go back to Nielsen, but that was plucked out of midair by the captain, Drew Belgrave, and he comes down the floor on the right side. It's a bit of an awkward pass off, but Chris Cloutier able to corral it, and Cloutier is going to hit a man off the bench. That's Kevin Crowley, the big cat, near side for Cloutier. Cloutier with a shot, a save made. Whisked back to 2019 with that combination. Here comes Corbeil up the floor, and he'll head it off to the offense. I'm trying to remember if Cloutier and Crowley ever played here at the same time, and I'm honestly not sure. Here's a shot to score. Landon Sinfield, through some traffic, finds the net. And the Wings back out to the 4-goal lead. It's 8-4.
Landon Sinfield, part of the youth movement for the Philadelphia Wings, delivers only his third on the season. Great shot from outside, takes it on the run and buries it. Originally drafted by Toronto Rock. Nice little hitch. Takes that shot from outside. Checked on the stick. Finds that upper corner. Great goal by Sinfield.
And Sinfield really didn't seem to be in a spot that was dangerous to the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. He was pretty far out, and he had 3 guys in front of him. But he finds the lane.
He's only played, this is his 7th game in the starting lineup. Adds to the scoring column.
Here's Jones. Ducks around a man, pulls back, now looking for some help. He'll dish it off, looking for Crowley, just out of the reach of Crowley, and caught by Philadelphia. Coming back down the floor. Here's a break opportunity and a shot whistled off the crossbar or the post and out of play, so it'll be Philadelphia ball at that end.
Ron John coming down. Nobody picked him up. He took the shot. It just hit the crossbar. Would have been a huge goal for Philadelphia.
Ron John brought in mid-season, of course, here with the rash of injuries the Wings have had. Here's a big shot. That one moved the net, and it ricochets all the way back past midfield over the head of Tracy Koleski and into the stands.
See the accuracy of Brendan O'Neill and the power that he can put on his shot. That went all the way past midfield.
Fennell sent it over toward O'Neill. It skipped off his stick and into the clutches of Landon Kells. So here comes Las Vegas up the floor right side. It is Brandon Goodwin, and he'll hand it off to Cloutier. Cloutier directing some traffic. His pass was blocked. He's going to get it back. 9 to shoot. Throws it over to the far side for Killen, and Killen, hassled by Armstrong, will just abandon. Oh, somebody picked it up back there, but now the shot clock does expire, and we get another look here at this one's going to ring. Watch, it's going to move the net. Here's O'Neill. Wham!
Just aiming for 90-degree corners, and he hits it. He aimed for the pipe. He hit the pipe. Often with these great shooters, you got to tell them to aim for the net, aim for a square of the net, and not the crossbar.
And that thing, that last one, that ricocheted over 100 feet back out the other way. Here's Connor Kirst. He'll hand it off. And now Mitch Jones is going to take over. Jones, no goals yet tonight, but 3 assists. However, he gets another one there as he drops it off. And the Desert Dogs have scored their 5th of the evening.
And again, it's Patra with a great pick and roll, a one-handed flip by Jones to get Patra a little up pick. Watch 19 come in. Great pick, one-handed flip around Isaiah Davis-Allen for the catch and release all in one motion. Beautiful pick and roll execution for Las Vegas. Coach Sean Williams happy with that. Las Vegas within 3.
And it's that kind of play that makes Mitch Jones so valuable. He's had nearly 300 assists, it looks like, in the last 4 seasons, including this one. 82, 75, 79, and now 58 on the year for Mitch Jones coming into this game. He's already got 4 more, so he's at 62 to this point. Here's a dish down low. Eric Fennell got the door slammed on him. And we've got Las Vegas with the ball going the other way.
Good look for Fennell posting up in front, but a great save by Kells.
Again, Landon Kells came in the game late today. He entered in the 2nd quarter. Here's a shot in on net, snuffed by Damoud. And he has only allowed 3 goals on 14 shots to this point. Now at 24 minutes of play for Kells. definitely has settled things down here for Las Vegas, but Nick Damude has been stellar. As you see there, 38 saves for Damude at the other end. And if he keeps that up, that could keep the Wings ahead here for the duration. Here's a giveaway at the restraining line, and coming the other way with it is Kirst. Kirst leans off a man, got a shot away. That caught iron. And it's going to ricochet well down the floor where there are Vegas players still there. Hadn't left the floor yet. Now it's off to Poitras on the right side. Poitra's going to set things up. Poitras looking for some room. Tried to find a man. It was off the stick. And now comes right back to Donville. Donville with a shot. Save made by Damude. And he'll hold that for the whistle. We get a timeout on the floor with 3:51 left to go in the third quarter. Las Vegas trying to close the gap, but the Wings still with the lead. The March to May is on, and this is what it would look like if it was the March to April. If the season ended today, this is what you'd be looking at. Saskatchewan and Buffalo would be a huge series. Colorado and Ottawa, Vancouver, and these Las Vegas Desert Dogs would have their first berth in the playoffs. And then Georgia and Toronto would square off as well. And you see how it will proceed from there. They split it from 8 down to 4, and then the NLL finals later on this spring. The March to May is starting to take shape. And these Las Vegas Desert Dogs are right in the middle of it. Again, they get a win here today, and they will take a huge step toward wrapping up their first playoff berth. If the Wings come out with the win, their second in a row at home, Las Vegas will still be very much in the running heading into a home-and-home series next weekend at San Diego. They've got the Seals coming into Las Vegas on the 18th. The night before, that game will be at San Diego on the 17th.
And in that interview with Sam LeClaire, you heard him say the Wings are playing for each other, playing for the team, playing for the fans. It's almost an audition for a new ownership group to come in and see who wants to take on this roster. Said it earlier, the draft picks that the Philadelphia Wings have, and Paul Day and Ian Rubel have coming up, are really impressive. It's a very deep draft pool for both 26 and 27, probably led by Joey Spallina and Matt Carlson, Syracuse and Hopkins players respectively. Looks like we gotta have a little Donnybrook at the far end here.
It's Eric
Helmets are coming
Fennell
off.
squaring off with the aforementioned 6'7" Reese Blake. And the officials are telling them to get on with it if they're going to do it, and now they're going to do it. And there's Reese Blake with a couple of rights. Eric Fennell with a bit of a size disadvantage here, but he's getting some rights in there. Fennell with the left, the tomahawk chop there a little bit from Fennell. Now ducking out of the way of the big reach from Blake. Blake over the top. Fennell just laying in that left hand and then getting out of the way of Blake's right. And now they're going to step in and finish this off. And the crowd of 9,913 on their feet here at Xfinity Mobile Arena late here in this third quarter.
Hey, you're going to go down. You're going down swinging. Eric Fennell firing up the crowd. Taking on the 6'7" Blake. Fennell, no small guy for himself, 6'2", 215. Philadelphia loves it. Again, these Philadelphia fans, they're educated lacrosse fans. They appreciate the grit. One of the things why they love the Philadelphia Wings, the Wings players are relatable. They're guys that you know, are amongst you, work with amongst you. Most of these guys have jobs. A lot of them have been in the armed forces. A lot of them are police officers, firefighters in Canada, regular guys. But they leave it on the floor Fridays and Saturday nights.
So we've got the penalties up on the screen there. You saw the 5 for fighting, and I believe they added a couple of minors. There was an unsportsmanlike conduct in there, and I'm not sure what the other indication was, but we're going to result in 5-on-5 lacrosse here. So Reese Blake getting himself back together in his first NLL season. It was unsportsmanlike and 5 for fighting on both. I suppose it's because they took so long to get it going. So, but make it a show, right? Here's Mitch Jones. He's got some space. That's a bad idea. And then he's lost that space, puts it to the ground. Now Jones with a shot and a save made by Nick Damoud as he fought that off. And Las Vegas is going to regroup.
Yeah, great save by Damoud. You thought Mitch Jones had an easy one.
It's a spin move by Donville to the net. Save Damoud. It's loose on the floor and go back to Philadelphia on a push. So the guys in the box, Fennell and Blake, will be in the box for a total of 7 minutes. That'll get them in well into the fourth quarter. We're going to play 5-on-5 the whole time with that, as those penalties are not even on the board here in the building. Turnover here by Philadelphia, and the other way comes Las Vegas. It's Brandon Goodwin. Now they'll get the offense out on the floor, and it's Patra near side. Finishing the change here is Cloutier coming out back to Patra. 9 to shoot for Patra. Got the shot away. Save made by Damoud. And the loose ball gathered in by Philadelphia. Quickly down the floor. This is John with it. He'll dish it off. Rather, that was Cromer, I should say, with the good loose ball pickup. And now Sam LeClaire is on the near side. LeClaire moving it off for Jackson with a minute to go here in the third quarter. Now for O'Neill. O'Neill to Jackson, to the net, fake shoots, save made by Kells, as he did not bite on any of that stuff that Kyle Jackson was offering.
Kyle Jackson so dangerous in that position, a couple fakes, but Kells ate it up. Big save for Las Vegas.
Cloutier skips one in from distance, stopped by Damoud, and with 30 seconds now, the Wings have the ball at midfield. They're going to keep going here with no timeout. They've got a 5-second difference between the clocks, so they'll be able to maneuver for a final play, but it won't wind the clock all the way down. Here is LeClaire into the corner. This is Nielsen, rather Young with it. Young shoots low, save made by Kells. Loose ball picked up, 4 seconds left. Here come the Desert Dogs. Long one skipped in on net, and Nick Damoud will watch that go harmlessly past to the end boards. And the Philadelphia Wings fight through that third quarter with a 3-goal advantage still left over from halftime. Las Vegas getting some momentum going, but Philadelphia in their final home game trying to stay ahead here through the final 15 minutes. They are ahead on the other side of this break here at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Xfinity Mobile Arena, headed into the fourth quarter with a Wings lead. And seeing here right next to the field, this crowd is rocking. Over 9,000 people, like Brian just mentioned. They came to show their support for the Wings one last time here at home. It's loud. That fight certainly got them going if they weren't excited beforehand. And I anticipate them to bring their Philly best here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, Mary, how many people were in the penalty box with you that one night?
Five.
Five?
Alex Pace started an absolute brawl. I think 2018 or 19.
Yeah, it was one of those first two seasons, I think. And yeah, Pacer started a brawl. We wanted to talk to him about it tonight. He's under the weather, but I know that's your best memory.
That is my favorite memory. Him and I have laughed about it over the last few years. He was in the box shirtless at one point because he didn't have an undershirt under his gear. And I heard language in there that I never want to hear again.
Cover your ears, right? Yeah, it was a fun first season. I know, Scott, you were up here doing TV the whole time. I didn't come up until later in the year. But we were all down there just trying to figure all this out, how to run these games and, you know, make sure the clock worked right, you know, that we didn't let guys out of the box early, all that fun stuff. It was baptism by fire back then.
Well, you're in your right position here in the booth, Brian. You're a fantastic play-by-play guy. It's been an honor to call games with you because you're the consummate pro. It's been, I guess we're both being put into retirement after this season with the Wings team going, but it's been great.
Yeah, and I've certainly appreciated having you around to tell me what I'm looking at because sometimes I don't know. It has been a fun run here, and you know, again, you know, Comcast Spectacor deciding to step away from ownership, but you know, brought the Wings back in 2018 and have had a good 7 years worth of a run here. We'll see where it goes in the offseason. We don't know, but you know, like we said, it'll be something that fleshes itself out here in the summertime. As on the right side, it's proudly finding Cloutier, excuse me.
And the biggest thing to say is that National Lacrosse League is actively looking for new ownership.
Yeah.
They have a lot of people interested. It's not like there's no one that's knocking at the door. There's a lot of interest. It's all coming down to ownership and venue. Really, where is going to be the best place to play?
And they just did this with the Rochester Nighthawks last summer. So you know, the league leadership is experienced at this, and they'll find the best solution here moving forward. I believe that Nick Damude is creeping close to 50 saves after he just made 3 of perhaps his best saves of the night there on that last possession. He is high and dry, the main reason the Wings are still in this game here after Landon Kells kind of snuffed the Wings offense out halfway through the second quarter.
We've got close to 10,000 fans here. As I said earlier, this is a very knowledgeable fan base. Philadelphia, the region's known as a hotbed for lacrosse. Great high school programs, great college programs. And again, very knowledgeable fans. This fan base has been tremendous for Philadelphia. These are the best lacrosse players in the world. So this is what you're seeing is just some magicians with sticks and athleticism put it all together. So the product on the floor doesn't get any better.
And I got to be honest with you, as another save there from Damude, they put us through a media workout in that first season. They brought a bunch of media members in and gave them sticks, and Kevin Crowley and Blaze Reardon ran a clinic. And you're talking about shooting the ball at a square. I was just hoping to hit the net, or be within 10 feet. I didn't want anybody near the net when I was trying to shoot. And it gives you an appreciation of how good these guys are. As we get a give and go there, a shot in on Kells, and he keeps that out. And we've got a penalty coming up here on, I believe, Las Vegas. Unless it's on Philadelphia for an illegal substitution.
I think it's going to be a delay of game, but Kells, what a huge save. That shot right on top of him.
That was half right both times.
Las Vegas, 2 minutes. Acting like a goaltender.
Oh, the goaltender foul is what was called there. So in the crease behind the goaltender. Can't do that anymore. Here's another look at Nick Damude. We'll get to it here as the Wings back on the power play. Here is the great save by Kells. And again, he has been a force for the Wings to reckon with so far here as they're working around the floor, behind the back, and some razzle-dazzle, but a fresh shot clock now here for Philadelphia.
See just the plays that Tracy Kralewski's drawn up. Really good execution, trying to find some picks, pass pick away, getting good shots, but Kells has just been closing the door.
Wings tried to find Kyle Jackson in the middle there, and that was picked off. And we're going to get some time here killed off by Las Vegas as our two combatants from the third quarter still in the box. They'll be released in a bit as a shot in on net by Donville, stopped again by Damoud. And the Wings with a breakaway here down the floor. This is John moving in, shooting, save Kells. Rebound comes to Corbeil, and another save made by Kells. The goaltenders are putting on a show here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they are. Kells with two huge saves on a breakaway one-on-one. Stuffs Ron John. Chris Corbeil picks up the Lucy in front. Kells with another huge save.
Turned into a 2-on-0 there as John up the floor.
Glove
snuffed
save.
Out.
And then again with the elbow on the right-hand side. Back-to-back saves by Kells.
We've got a timeout on the floor with 9:20 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Goaltending aplenty here in this final 15 minutes as Nick Damoud and Landon Kells have kept the doors shut. And the Wings lead at 8-5.
This is the moment you've waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here
Oh, what a move!
with NLL Friday night on TSN.
The NLL's March to May is brought to you by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. Beautiful night here in South Philadelphia as the Philadelphia Wings play their final home game, 8-5 lead here over the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Eric Fennell released from the box and probably getting some repairs after taking on Reese Blake. That takes some courage from Eric Fennell in that moment.
Gave the Wings a little bit of a spark going at it.
Dunk attempt from Jackson was snuffed out. Rather, that was Dalton Young actually with that one. And then a pass across the floor right into the stick of Isaiah Davis-Allen. He is now going the other way. And he gets it to Sam LeClaire. LeClaire backing into the corner, and now he'll just hold up and let the change finish. Las Vegas still had a man down on defense because they didn't even get up the floor fast enough, so no break there for Philadelphia. Nice play dishing it down into the corner. This is Young with it. Young puts it behind the net. It's knocked out of the stick. Back to Young. A little sneak attempt there toward the far near post was wide, and it'll be Las Vegas now coming up with it. 8:22 left here in this fourth quarter. The Philadelphia Wings led this game by as much as 5, building a cushion that they have needed here as Crowley goes to the net, and he is snuffed out by Nick Damoud.
And that's a story right there. Kevin Crowley scoreless as well. Mitch Jones has 4 assists but no goals. Donville no goals. So again, with 8 minutes to go, this offense for Las Vegas can come alive. So a lot of lacrosse left.
Here's a dunk attempt. It's in! Oh my goodness, what a goal!
Kyle Jackson.
A fantastic move by Kyle Jackson. One hand behind the net, tucks it around the crossbar. And the Wings back up by 4.
Let's go to the videotape. Highlight reel goal. Jackson says out of the crease. One-handed dunk attempt. Just gets that bottom corner. KJ 47 delivers. Beautiful goal. Reaches right around, buries it to the back of the net. Kyle Jackson with a highlight goal for the Wings. It's going to be under review, but right now, Wings with a 4-goal lead.
So the challenge flag was thrown as Jackson maneuvered his way behind the net, and they're going to look at when he landed on the ground. And from the first look we just got here in the building, it looks like he's all right.
Nothing to lose right now for Sean Williams. Might as well challenge that. Down 9-5, 4-goal lead, 4-goal by the Wings. Let's see the launch foot outside of the crease. Yes, ball in prior to landing in the crease. That should be a good goal.
It looked to me from that first replay like his feet both hit the ground at the same time. Watch both his feet here. One's going to be on the other side of the
ball in
player. And it's not, you know, a lot of times you see one foot hit first or whatever. It looked to me like he's still in the air right there.
Yeah,
the ball's
it's clean.
In. And that foot that's behind the Vegas player there and the goaltender Kells, pretty sure that lands at the same time. I don't think it comes down first or anything. So they're taking a real close look at it here, and again lining things up. Kyle Jackson coming back in mid-season. He played a few games earlier this year, but then was released from Oshawa. Played 3 games there, and then signed up here in Philadelphia on February the 12th. Never played a full season here in Philadelphia, but kind of felt like it. He came here after things didn't work out in Halifax back in 2022.
And he made immediate impact. He came in and scored 3 goals for the Philadelphia Wings in his debut, and really has been a great shot in the arm for the offense these last few games.
We're going to get our decision here.
After review, the call on the floor stands. We have a goal.
It is a good goal, and Chopper found a hard hat.
There he is. The legendary Chopper, retired a few years ago, had made every single game. I remember him with his young daughter who was 5 years old coming to a Wings game when I was playing, and then a few years ago I see her as a 25-year-old still with her dad at the game. Just shows some of the passion and support of these great Wings fans. And he would be in his face paint if he had it available. If it was in the box in his closet, he would have been in his gear.
7:16 left here in this fourth quarter, and the Wings up by 4. They want to bang the boards in the worst way here in the final home game, and they're trying to get there, but Landon Kells is doing everything he can to stop that, literally, because he's stopped almost everything the Wings have flung at him here in the second half.
Banging the boards is something we started in 1989 in our first World Championship. The Philadelphia fans were all piled up against the glass after a win at the Spectrum, and the guys wanted to go at least say hello, give them credit, give them high fives. So we just decided to take a lap around the arena, wrap around the floor, and that's what banging the boards is after a victory.
We're going to get a penalty here against the Wings. So they call this holding, which, you know, I've always been amused by this version of holding because it's Liam Patton grabbing Mr. Player there. That's Poitras around the neck. It's a violent version of holding. Las Vegas trying to mount a late run here, and they can start with a power play goal as Killen fired one off the mark, and the long rebound picked up by Philadelphia. They'll get it up the floor. Kevin Crowley out there playing defense on Ryan Wagner.
Mitch Jones hits the pipe again. That 5 goals. Look at that, 5 goals. That's the lowest total of goals scored against the Wings so far this season.
And officially, right now, it's 55 saves for Nick Damude. He is creeping close to the Wings franchise record as a shot stopped again by Kells off the stick of Kyle Jackson that time. Zach Higgins made 58 saves in a game during his tenure here. That is the Wings franchise record. And we'll see where this goes for Nick Damude. They'll work it around behind the net. A dunk attempt is kept out by Damude. He's got the ball on the top of that shin pad. So the Wings will work it up the floor. They lose possession in the corner, and it'll be Vegas picking it up, bringing it back down on the power play now. Trying to crack what's been a pretty big wall in Nick Damude here in this contest. Chance to the right of the net. Another save by Damude as he got over and slammed the door on that post. They continue to work it around with a fresh shot clock. 13 left on the power play. Behind the back pass. Here's a shot wide of the net. Loose ball coming to Donville. Liam Patton 4 seconds from being released. Jones behind the back, low shot, kicked away by Damude, and it goes out of play as Patton is released from the box. And we get a timeout on the floor with 4:37 left to go in the fourth quarter. The home stretch coming up next here in Philadelphia. Welcome back to Xfinity Mobile Arena, where Nick Damude has set a new franchise record, 57 saves already in this game for Philadelphia, breaking the old record of 55. Last done by Zach Higgins, March of 2023 against Toronto. He's going to have to make a few more here, Scott, to finish this off.
Yeah, he's been so solid. Really frustrating, this offense of Las Vegas. These are some of the best shooters in the league. Cannot get it past the brick wall that is Nick Damude tonight.
Donville working it up high for Cloutier. Challenged by Isaiah Davis-Allen to the net. Another save from Nick Damude.
He's been the story this season. He's been the highlight for the Philadelphia Wings. It's been led by defense, as we've been talking about. But Nick Damude, why Paul Day, why Ian Rubel, why the coaching staff traded Zach Higgins away, a surprising trade, but they love Nick Damude and Deacon Knott, 2 young stars that can carry this team into the future.
Right side, quick stick shot and a goal! It's another one for Lucas Nielsen. 4 on the night, and it's 10-5.
Fantastic ball movement and execution by the Philly offense. Look at the Philly fans.
That's the new chopper. That's the new chopper, by the way. Damewood's
10,000
dudes.
on their feet. Lucas Nielsen with 4. Watch the ball movement. It gets back to 18. All the way across. Little catch and release. Quick stick goal. Nielsen just staying active with his picks and rolls. Finds it on that far side. Puts it in. Wings doubling up Las Vegas. 10-5.
I don't know what the story is behind that dance, but over the course of the last couple home games especially, it has spread through the building. So now everybody's doing it. You've seen odds and ends of people doing it in the background of our crowd shots after goals here for the last month or so. It all comes from that group. They have a banner down there that says Damewood's Dudes, and they have kind of taken on the crowd leading responsibilities here this year, so it's been great to see.
Well, Damewood's giving him something to cheer about, that's for sure.
O'Neill's shot deflected off his stick. Again, Brennan O'Neill not 100% tonight. He has contributed 2 assists, but it might be a pretty big deal that he's out there at all. He stepped on a ball during warm-ups and turned his ankle a little bit. Decided he was good to go. But the rest of the club has picked up the slack for him, as here's Mitch Jones, stopped by Damewood. Save number 58.
Ben Cromer with the loose ball, pickup, doing his job. Filling in for Alex Pace. Couldn't be with the Wings tonight.
The Desert Dogs have one offensive player at the other end of the floor, ready to boost any sort of offensive run. Now Crowley coming down the floor as Kells goes to the bench. Extra attacker out for Las Vegas. The net is empty. Kells now will trot back to the net. Perhaps some wind sprints here might be the thing the Wings need to finally get him off his game a little bit. Here's a shot, and they score! In transition the other way, it's Dalton Young with an exclamation point to make it a 6-goal lead.
Las Vegas in desperation mode. I'm trying to pull their goalie, but the Wings beat him down the floor. Great ball movement, finding Dalton Young streaking from the front door to finish it off. There, Damewood's Dudes again, getting this crowd ready. Look at Corbeil, great pass. Young sprinting off the bench, finds him right in front, sees that upper corner, finishes it. Little turn of the wrist, puts it in the back of the net.
5-game goal streak for Dalton Young. Couple of hat tricks in there, and again, one of the players of the future here in the NLL as the Wings win the face-off, and that means Landon Kells is going to have to stay in the net here for a little bit longer, as we are under 2 minutes to play here in this 4th quarter. And in their final home game, this is starting to feel like a little bit of a victory march here for the Philadelphia Wings.
Last 2 home games have delivered victories. If they're able to pull this one off, but beating Toronto at home a couple weeks ago was huge for Philadelphia. Team played with passion. Today they've just got an extra gear, knowing that this could be the last game that's played by the Philadelphia Wings in this arena.
Cloutier dives, stepped in the crease on the way in.
They certainly know the pride and tradition of the Philadelphia Wings. They're aware of it. They know that they stand on the shoulders of those that have come before them. This is a very proud team. Sam LeClaire said they want to bang the boards after a victory. Looks like the Philadelphia Wings, this 2025-26 team's going to be able to do that tonight in their last game at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
99-13 on their feet here in the final minute. One last possession here for Las Vegas. Kevin Crowley on the near side of the floor, extra attacker out. Another save for Nick Damewood. And he's going to just fling it down the floor to the right side corner. Kells will come out and get it and toss it back. Killing on the near side with 6 seconds left. One more shot and one more save for Nick Damude. And the Philadelphia Wings are going to take the win here tonight. 11-5 is the final on a record-setting night for Nick Damude.
Wings win, Wings win, Wings win. First winning streak of the season when it mattered most in their last game on this floor. Nick Damude sets a record for most saves. Look at the Philadelphia faithful on their feet. 10,000. What a great effort by the team. Offense, the defense, goaltending. This one meant a lot to the coaching staff to get this team fired up for this game. Great game by Lucas Nielsen. There are some stars that shine tonight, and no one bigger than that one right there. Number 39, Nick Damude. Tremendous effort between the pipes.
Time to reveal tonight's 3 stars of the game, brought to you by TFL.
First star, of course, is Nick Damude. 60 saves on 65 shots, a franchise record. Then you got to give the next second star to Lucas Nielsen. 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points, a career high for him. And Sam LeClaire started the scoring off for the Philadelphia Wings, added 2 goals for the Wings. It's a trifecta for the Philadelphia Wings with 3 stars. The TFL Sports 3 stars of the game.
As long as it holds up, 65 shots on goal, it's a franchise record, 60 saves for Nick Damude, the most by any goaltender in a single game in the NLL this year. He slams the door on the Las Vegas Desert Dogs in the 4th quarter. 0 goals allowed in the 4th quarter by Nick Damude. And he is the backbone here tonight for the Philadelphia Wings. Again, opened up a big lead in the 2nd quarter, and it ends up being enough, because Landon Kells came in and played a fantastic game in relief for Las Vegas. Nick Damude, though, just finished it off with a fantastic performance here this evening.
Yes, in a game that mattered so much. More pride than anything else. The Philadelphia Wings playing in front of their largest crowd of the season brings their record to 5-12. Could be a spoiler for Las Vegas, depending on what's going to happen over the next week. Again, we talked about it. Las Vegas has a back-to-back series, home and away against San Diego. Could be a couple wins that could help them.
If I'm reading this right, they control their own destiny, Las Vegas. They get wins in those last 2 games, and they should be in a good spot. And you see right now on the floor, the Philadelphia Wings acknowledging the crowd. They've got a lot of guys out there in street clothes who I assume are the Scratches. And Mary is downstairs. She's got Eric Fennell standing by.
Eric, you look like Philadelphia. What was that fight like, and what was this game like for you?
This game was great. In front of the home fans.
Yeah.
In front of the home fans, I know Philly is a very heartfelt, blue-collar town that loves their, rough and tough stuff. So I was happy I was able to give it to them in their last fight.
How awesome was this crowd in this environment?
It's amazing. The Philly fans, when they show up, they show out, and they're just some of the best fans in the league. And we're going to be really upset that we're not going to be here anymore. But we love Philly, and we're very thankful to be here.
You made Philly proud. Congrats.
Thank you so much. You have a great night.
Eric Fennell with a big fight there in that 2nd half that helped Philadelphia keep the momentum. And he would definitely get a lot of kudos for his teammates for that.
That's for sure. That's a Philly mentality. Go down swinging. Just hardcore, gritty effort by the Philadelphia Wings players, delivering a win in their last game at this building. Banged the boards, did the victory lap in front of this Philadelphia faithful. Thank you all to Philadelphia fans. Great job of this current rendition of the Wings. This team with these last 2 games in Philadelphia. Class act, win with class. Well done, Philadelphia Wings.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here from Xfinity Mobile Arena. Once again, our final score, 11-5. Philadelphia Wings with the win over the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. It has been a privilege to bring you these games here over the past several seasons, and we certainly thank you for all your support over the years here with the Philadelphia Wings. Again, we'll see where it goes from here. And, you know, again, it's one of those situations here, Scott, where it's, you know, it's a sad night, but you're glad that everything kind of went out the way that it did.
Yeah, it did, and thank you for these Wings faithful. Thank you so much. Love you, Philadelphia. We gave you a win in the last game. Thank you so much.
Full team still on the floor. And they are acknowledging the 9,913 that are on hand here tonight. And biggest win of the year for this club. Nick Damuth, the hero, and again, it looked a little bit like a problem when Brendan O'Neill went down in warm-ups, but the rest of the roster steps in, takes over, and gets the job done here tonight with 11 goals and a 6-goal win here over Las Vegas in the final showing for the Philadelphia Wings here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. A group photo now is going to be arranged for the entire organization that's down there on the floor.
They know how important this is. They know the pride and tradition of the Philadelphia Wings. This is the last Philadelphia Wings team that's going to play on this floor, be seen on this floor. 6 World Championship titles. They carry that on their shoulders. We're so proud of this team. For whatever the future brings, this was a great audition for a new owner to pick up this team, keep them in Philadelphia, hopefully, keep them in the region, this great city of Philadelphia, lacrosse hotbed. The Wings delivered a great game for these passionate fans.
Isaiah Davis-Allen here from the very beginning. Alex Pace here from the very beginning. Couldn't play tonight, but he's out there somewhere. And Ryan Wagner also in this game tonight, here from the first season. Deacon Knott, what a year he had. Stepping in when Nick Damuth needed it to. Got a start in that 2-game weekend a couple weeks ago at the end of March and played terrific. And you hear the crowd here in South Philly.
Let's go Wings.
Biggest crowd of the year here tonight for the finale. And they are hanging around. Not a whole lot of folks have left here tonight. It's been a pretty big night of sports here in South Philadelphia, and a good punctuation mark here tonight. Mary McGinnis is down there in the middle of all this.
Yeah, it's just awesome. I have Chris Corbeil here.
Drag him over.
Chris Corbeil's here. Chris, I just saw some tears in your eyes. What are the emotions that's with this one?
You didn't see any of that. You know, it's not the season we wanted, but you know, sometimes when there's unfortunate news like the one we got last week, there's a bit of a silver lining to it, and you get to play a really special game like the one we had tonight late in the season. And this one meant a lot. We're just playing for the guys in the room, but all the Philadelphia Wings that came before us. It's obviously a storied franchise, and we're all proud to wear the crest, and very happy to send it off in the final home game with a big win. So we're real happy.
Well, you're a great leader. You've been great for the organization, and it just shows how much everyone really cares. And from all of us, thank you for all you've done this season and beyond.
Thank you. I don't know about all the credit. It's really a great group of guys, and showed a lot of resilience down the stretch this year, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Chris Corbeil coming in this season as the new captain, joined your club. And I'm sure there were some conversations at some point.
Yep, very well said right there from the captain, Corbeil. They do get it. They know the importance of this franchise, what it means to this city. They just delivered a huge win in what will probably be the final game.
Still one more game left for this team to play. It comes up next Saturday night in Vancouver. It'll be a 10 p.m. Eastern time start as the Wings will wrap up their season on the road. You see Isaiah Davis-Allen there with his young one, as his family is certainly grown here over 7 years on the floor with this team. Sam LeClaire went from a rookie learning how to play box lacrosse to a key part of this offense. It's always admirable to see how he stepped in and kind of made things happen when he was needed to.
Yep, and then just the defense, the guys, Ryan Wagner, Corbeil, Alex Pace, unfortunately, played in A, but what a great season he had. Liam Patton, just a great job. Dustin Burkhoff played great for the Philadelphia Wings prior to going down with an injury. Scott Dominy added so much to this team. Patrick Foley, just the defense played great. The new guys that were added at the end, Ron John, Dylan Hutchinson, just a great effort. Deacon Knott didn't play tonight, but he was the reason for a few wins. What a great job for that young man. All the best of luck for this team. They've got a great future ahead of them. Someone's going to pick them up and take them somewhere. Hopefully the Philadelphia Wings will continue their storied run.
Evan Messenger, key part of the defense this year. And, you know, again, this team had a lot of injuries, and a lot of these guys had to pick up the slack, and they were certainly able to do so. Ben Cromer getting in the game here tonight. And, you know, one of those guys that's a depth guy. A lot of times he doesn't see the floor unless somebody's hurt, but when he did, he was fantastic out there for the club.
You see D coach Pat McCready, great player in his day, the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Wings. Tracy Kaluski, if you saw his post today, a passionate post on what it means to play for the Wings. Kaluski was a player and a coach behind the bench, had such a great impact on this team. Ian Rubel, the head coach. Thank you to the staff of the Philadelphia Wings and the players. It's the players and the staff that get it done, and they delivered for the Philadelphia Wings faithful today.
And again, a big crowd here tonight, enjoying all of this, making sure they're here for the last moments. Ryan Wagner, again, coming in that first season, 7 games in, trade from Buffalo, and he never left. And he developed into one of the biggest leaders on this club here over the time he was here. And a lot of families down on the floor, a lot of pictures being taken, autographs being dished off. And it is just a fantastic end here tonight to this edition of the franchise. So, Scott, again, it's been a pleasure. And I know this is a big passion project for you to help keep this going. So hopefully we have good news here this summer.
Absolutely. Hopefully this was an audition for a new ownership group that sees the passion of these fans and the talent on the floor to keep this Philadelphia Wings franchise in the region or in Philadelphia. So thank you, Brian. It's been great playing with you. It's been great broadcasting with you in this booth. All the best to you. It's been wonderful. Thank you all.
Once again, our final score here tonight, 11-5. The Philadelphia Wings win the finale over the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. For Scott Gabrielson, Mary McGinnis, producer-director Joel Katay, and our entire crew, I'm Brian Smith. This has been a presentation of the National Lacrosse League in association with Freedom Broadcast Studios. If you want more NLL action right now, Saskatchewan is hosting Colorado on ESPN+, and don't forget there's more lacrosse to come. Philadelphia Wings in action next Saturday night at Vancouver at 10 o'clock on these same channels, and Las Vegas has a home-and-home with San Diego. We'll see you down the road. With that, we say good night from Philadelphia. Wings go out winners here tonight.